T. Finch, and welcome to the Pink Powerhouse Show, brought to you by Society Bites Radio, which is a part of the Radio Ear Network family. A thank you and welcome back to all our faithful listeners who have tuned back in to our show as we rebranded, rebirthed it, and rebooted. We took a couple months off, but now we are all charged up and ready to bring you some great guests who are going to impart some wonderful knowledge and wisdom that we hope will be helpful in your daily lives and in your activities. And it's so awesome that we are doing this rebirth during Women's History Month. And we have an amazing woman today that's going to talk to us. And she is the epitome of strength, perseverance, and actually just being a very valuable and educator. She is a hometown friend. She's a fellow Michigander. She's a nurse. She's a PhD candidate. She's a teacher. She's a wife. She's a mom. She's a business owner. And like I said, she's a conqueror. But before I start talking more about her and some of the things that she wants to kind of share with us, I want to give you a little bit more information about her and the things that she's accomplished. Our guest today, her name is Donulae Knuckles-Copeland. She is a registered nurse and a graduate from the University of Michigan. She works currently at Wayne State University College of Nursing as a PhD student. She's also a graduate teaching assistant, a clinical instructor, and a clinical nurse researcher. She has over 20 combined years of experience as a registered nurse. She has a very strong research interest for culturally specific factors that affect African American women in relation to the prevention and control of high blood pressure, cardiovascular health, and stroke prevention. She is a co-author on a publication in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine and is working on a diversity supplement on a National Institute of Health, which is very esteemed, funded hypertension and telehealth study. When she is outside of the classroom and the research lab, she enjoys working with her family as a nurse entrepreneur in the community. She is also the owner of Knuckles Health Education Services, where she fights to educate, empower, serve, and save lives in the community and beyond. Nurse Knuckles is an American Heart Association instructor and an American Red Cross licensed training provider, and has trained thousands in the area of CPR, first aid, and other health, wellness, and safety courses since 2008. She has a very amazing story, and I won't go into that because I want her to really talk about it, because I think that's part of, once you hear the passion of her story and how the next two projects that I'm going to talk about came about, I think I can't do it justice, but I think she does. She had a stroke in November 2014, and I think that was life-changing for her. And so now she's really been on a mission to educate and help women. So please welcome to the Pink Powerhouse Show, my friend, my fellow educator and compassionate and passionate person. Please welcome Nurse Donulae T. Knuckles-Copeland. How are you?
Thank you. I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I see we caught you after you were just teaching some students, huh?
Yes.
So glad we were able to tear you away. Listen, you got a lot of eggs in the basket. I didn't even get to the stuff that you do with the Go Red and Love Your Life, because I want you to really talk about those in detail. But I want people to really understand what brought you to the position that you're at now and where this passion and fire comes from.
Wow. I am just amazed, and thank you for the opportunity to share. I'm just so grateful to God for being here, because there was once a time not very long ago where it was a regular day. I went to work, came home from work, and my life changed. I was in the bedroom, and my vision just started to go weird. Like I could not see, and I knew something was wrong. Now, this is a regular day of work. I didn't have any precursors, any health problems, but I lost my vision and I felt my life slipping away. Didn't
Wow.
understand what was going on. And at the time, I had just got home from work, and it was myself and my 11-year-old daughter. So I
Wow.
made it from my bedroom to the living room, and I called my daughter. I said, call 911.
Hmm.
And between the few seconds that it took for her to pick up the phone and call 911, I felt like I was just slipping away. I knew it was bad. I didn't not know what was going on, but I knew that I felt like I was about to die if I had never felt it before.
Wow.
So I'm just grateful to be here right now.
Donulae, can you
And
tell people how old were you at that time?
at the time, I was 39 years
Wow.
old.
Wow.
I'm a 30, and I am the registered nurse that works for the American Heart Association, the American Red Cross. I'm the one that's in the community with Knuckles-Copeland Education Services, teaching CPR, first aid, how to recognize a sign of a stroke, and things like that. And for me to be told that I had a stroke, I was perplexed. I didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
Neither did the doctors, because I didn't have the precursors. I didn't
Yeah.
have uncontrolled hypertension, which is a major risk factor for cardiovascular disease. I didn't have diabetes or any of those things. So they checked me out and they say, you know what? More and more people are coming in having strokes, and we don't know what the cause is. They call it cryptogenic strokes. So they
Hmm.
said, let's check her heart. They checked my heart with an echocardiogram, and they discovered that I had a hole in my heart, in the upper chambers of my heart, that I
Wow.
was born with.
Wow. And you had
So
never had.
normally,
Wow. Wow.
yeah. So in utero, when we're in our mother's womb, we're supposed to have a hole in our heart. That's how we get our circulation. As
Okay.
soon as we are delivered, that hole closes, and we take our first breath, and new circulations. I'm sorry. So then our air and our respiratory system takes over. For me, the hole never closed. And
Wow.
on this particular day, the blood routed through the hole and up to my brain, causing a hemorrhagic stroke, or causing an ischemic stroke.
Hmm. Wow.
So I'm
And,
just grateful, because this wasn't just any type of, TIA or a mild stroke, but it left me blind, unable to see, unable to walk, unable to talk, with a drooped face. And again, I was 39 years old.
wow. That's
Yeah,
crazy. That's crazy. That means something that can happen, and you're 39. That hole had been there that entire time. Oh.
the entire time, the entire time. So I actually had surgery to get the hole closed. So
Okay.
they said it was like closing a door. You know how the kids run in and out and you say, close the door.
Yeah.
Well, when the hole is closed, the door is closed, and there's no issue anymore. So the risk of me having another stroke was reduced by having that hole closed.
Okay.
However,
Well. Hmm.
I realized that, I was born with this, and this was something that was not preventable. But 80% of cardiovascular disease that occur is preventable. So that means
Yeah.
there's only 20% of a good reason to have a cardiac event. And I
Yeah.
happen to be that 20%.
Yeah.
But I
Wow.
never want anybody to feel what I felt. I don't want anybody to go through what I went through. So I've made it my mission. For one, love yourself for life. Understand your body. We as women, we care for everybody else. We take care of our husbands, our children. We're on the job working. We're taking care of family members, filling in all the gaps. But
Yeah.
we are not taking care of ourselves, and we're not even listening to our bodies.
Yeah. Wow.
So my mission is love yourself for life. Self-care is not selfish. It's necessary.
I like that. Say that again. Self-care is not selfish.
Self-care is not selfish.
I
It's
love that.
necessary.
Yeah.
And in order to give our best self and to live our best life, we got to take care of ourselves.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about your organization, Love Yourself for Life. That is something that you again. So if once we give people this information about you and how they can contact you, you can see the passion that she has for this organization and the event that you just had. Tell us exactly what that's about and what the primary goal of that is.
Okay, so the Love Yourself for Life is a up and coming nonprofit organization that raises funds to send stroke survivors, their family members, and caregivers to stroke camp. And I chose stroke camp because someone invited me to go to stroke camp after having my stroke and after making a full recovery. They invited me, and I said, no, I don't want to go. I'm okay, or I'll help out as a nurse, because I was not acknowledging the fact that I'm a stroke survivor. My face wasn't drooped anymore. I was able to see. I was able to walk. And I didn't want anybody that didn't know that I had a stroke to know, because there's a lot of stigma attached to that, especially being a 39-year-old.
Yeah.
So I said, no, I don't really want to go. But she said, I really want you to go. And I don't want you to go as a nurse or a volunteer. I want you to go as a stroke survivor. So I was obedient, and I decided to go. And we went up north to Lexington, Michigan, right off Lake Huron, and it was a full weekend where volunteers cared for us. Other stroke survivors were there and told their stories. Family members told their stories and how they were impacted by the stroke, because people need to understand that stroke doesn't just affect the stroke survivor, but it affects the family members as well. Yeah. I had 5 children. Yeah. And my children were ranging from 3 years old to 20 years old.
Wow.
And I remember my little 3-year-old saying, Mommy, we thought you were going to die. And that feeling is not a feeling that you want.
Right.
So the stroke camp changed my life. And when I came back from stroke camp, I said, I need to do something to send my people who may not be exposed to camping experiences or who may not understand the benefits of going to an organization like this. I have to go there and share. So I said, we're going to do this Love Yourself for Life luncheon, where we're going to bring people in. We're going to talk about loving yourself, taking care of yourself, understanding your heart. And we did that for the first time in 2016.
Okay.
This past year on National Go Red for Women's Heart Health Day, February 7th, was our 5th annual event. And it was amazing. There were over 200 women there in their red dresses, sharing their stories, making pledges to love themselves for life and take care of themselves.
Wow. Wow. And this is something that you started.
This is something that I started.
It sounds like this is something that needs to come out of Detroit and go other places.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, absolutely. Now, Henry Ford actually started the stroke camp experience.
Yeah.
But my job, my business, Knuckles Health Education Services, would actually pay the registration fee for individuals who wanted to go. Because although Henry Ford, they paid the whole weekend and took care of all that, which was thousands, my organization said, well, we can handle the $100 or $150 registration fee for all the people that plan to go. So that's how we started. Unfortunately, Henry Ford is not doing the camp anymore. So Love Yourself for Life is now taking on the huge challenge to raise funds to send people to stroke camp. And we have a date. The date is on the table. It's September 25th through the 27th. But now we need the funds to make this happen.
So essentially,